Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Originally I was supposed to go fishing with Josh a 4-mile run, but I wasn't able to get out. Some stuff came up and I thought I'd do this quick video just to introduce you to my bike. I'm sure y'all seen it in the background a couple times at some of my videos. I thought I'd just go over this bad boy. It's a 2007 Gsxr 1000. It has a Yoshimura R77 race exhaust without the sound insert. Originally, the bike had a Roaring Toys megaphone style exhaust. I didn't like it. It was really loud, a lot of attention I didn't want, and I just did not like the look of it. So I got the R77. The R77 does come with a sound insert, as you can see here. If you live in a state where you got to have low volume, has a little screw hole right there and a screw that goes to it, and you just simply pop that thing in there and screw it from the back. See, there's a little plug right there, and you're noise compliant. However, my state doesn't require this. I think California does and some other places. I'm not real sure on where you would need that. It's really not that loud to begin with. This bike has been decatted, so the headers go straight into the exhaust. It's a 4-into-1, and when you do that, you have to manage the air fuel because it throws it off. You're going to be running too rich or too lean. So in the back here, I have a power commander, and I have a custom fuel map loaded in for the R77 exhaust. It's not perfect. Anytime you're loading a map that somebody else made, it's not going to be exact because every bike is different. Really, I need to go to a dyno and get this thing tuned perfectly for this bike and that exhaust. But unfortunately, dynos are really expensive. I tweaked the map that's in there and it runs fairly good. I did it, you know, just from looking at the numbers, and it's about as close as I can get it on my own. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up for you. So as you can see, it's got a nice deep tone to it. It's not obnoxiously loud, but it's loud enough to let you know that I'm there. I don't like loud exhaust. You know, they're just annoying, and I think they piss people off, to be honest. Make them more apt to cut you off, you know, just because you're making so much damn noise. But anyway, the power commander acts as a bypass. This bike has an ECU that controls air fuel and stuff like that, and you can get those reprogrammed, but the easiest way to do it is just bypass it with the power commander, and it bypasses the stock fuel map. So when I start the bike, it has 3 different modes. These are the mode buttons. When it's stock, it has A, B, C, and each mode is a different level of power. I think A is full power, B is mid power, and then C is like a 600. I could be wrong. I don't really use the modes. I can't remember which one corresponds, but you can see I can reactivate the stock modes when I have the bike on. Okay. See, now we're back in stock mode. You can hear it run a little bit choppy, as you see. And when I turn the bike off, those stock modes disappear. So if you want to use those stock modes, they're available, but normally I don't use them. I run full power mode. Maybe in the rain I might use a lower power mode, but normally I don't need to. So I call my bike Big Bitch. I call her that because if you treat her wrong, she will hurt you. This is my 7th sport bike. I don't believe I've ever ridden anything other than a dirt bike. So my first street bike was a sport bike. To me, it's normal. I put hundreds of miles on sport bikes. I'm used to the seating position. You know, I've done 6-hour rides. Haven't really had a problem. I think it's harder for people to go from a cruiser to a sport bike. That seating position really gets you. But I think if that's all you know, and that's all you've ever ridden, you're not really going to have a problem touring on them, unless you have like a really bad back. Anyway, moving on. We're going to go over here. This is my Moto-vlog helmet right here. And I started to do Moto-vlogs, and I kind of gave up on them, at least for the moment. I watched a lot of Moto-vlog channels, and they're all pretty much the same thing. It's a guy riding around, a lot of times acting stupid, breaking laws, and just screaming at car drivers. I'm not going to say I'm an angel on a bike, but I'm not stupid either. So this is my setup. I have my Sony cam that I actually use this camera for my fishing videos most of the time. It's got an external mic. It's wired into the front of this helmet. If you look down there, you can see it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's sitting down there. And I got this is my Cena Bluetooth module. There's speakers inside the ear part of the helmet, and that hooks to my iPhone. I can listen to music, take calls. There's a microphone, a second microphone wired inside the helmet, goes near my mouth. It's pretty handy. I like having it. I open up Waze, ride with it. It's nice, listen to music. Sound is fairly decent until you get up to about 70 miles an hour. This is my other helmet. Now I got this helmet free, not the stuff on it, but I got the helmet with the bike, and it's a G-Max, so it's not a high-end helmet, but it was fairly comfortable, and I wanted a second helmet, so I bought this one. This is a higher end helmet. This is the AVG. I cannot remember the name of it. I think it's a SV3. I think that's right. Mainly I got it for this feature. This is kind of cool. Now you notice this doesn't have a dark screen, but it does have a fighter pilot style drop down sunscreen, and that's nice if I'm going to be riding late into the night, but I still have some daylight. I'm going to wear this helmet so I don't have to switch out windscreens, which is a pain. The only thing I don't like about this helmet is if you notice how narrow the front is right here. Because of the shape of that, this thing scrapes my nose pretty bad when I put it on over my head. So it's, you know, I can really just throw this thing on in 2 seconds. This thing I got to put on extra careful. Now I do wear gear. I don't wear full race leathers. I have a leather jacket. I got these short cuff street gloves. Like I said, I don't wear race pants. I had some. I do knee drag, but I haven't knee dragged in a couple years now. Just because I started to dial it back. I'm getting older, and I just it's really dangerous to push that on the street. I got kids and stuff, and I'm just not riding like that anymore. One of the things that I love, one of my most valuable things, is this little beanie here. This is a First Gear beanie. I wear this under my helmet. I highly recommend you pick one up. They are worth the money. In the summertime, you will be sweating, and keeps your helmet clean. Keeps sweat out of the foam, and the longer you can keep the inside of your helmet clean, the better you're going to be. I mean, you could take the insides of these out and wash them, but they never really regain their shape. And sometimes it's really, even when you clean them, they still kind of have a funky smell. So that's pretty much my setup. I may be doing some moto vlogs when it gets warmer. Today is nice. I wish I could go out and ride, but I got some you know, I just want to do something different if I am going to start my moto-vlogging up again. All the channels seem to be basically the same, and I just want to do something different. But that's my bike, and I hope you enjoy watching. Hopefully I will have a fishing vid up soon. We are still in a winter pattern, and I cannot get to the fish unless I go to a warm water discharge. I did attempt to fish a couple new spots. I might put that video up. I'm still deciding. We'll see. But until next time, thanks for watching.